Namaste, Dzień dobry, assalamu alaikum, ciao, konnichiwa, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Ken at 10. How are you today? Wait a minute, I've got it here. No, it's not here. Have you seen Peppa Pig? Can you believe that? I can't believe Boris Johnson is sitting there talking about he's got to go, hasn't he? That is really weird, wasn't it? The weirdest thing I've seen in a long time. How are you? Good morning. This is Ken at 10. If you haven't been here before, welcome. Thanks for coming. If you're coming back once more, then thanks for joining us yet again. Please do like, share and comment. We like to know that you know we're out there and looking out for you and all of your property needs. We're James Alexander. We are estate agents based in Southwest London, Southwest 16 Norbury to be precise. And we broadcast daily about all things property, both across the UK and locally here in Southwest London, just telling you what the market's like, what it's doing, what we're doing, and what's going on, really. So the big headline yesterday was about electric vehicles. Did you see it? New legislation says that electric vehicle charging stations will be required for all new homes and businesses in the UK starting in 2022. It's a new announcement from the government yesterday. The measure aims to boost EV adoption in the nation by adding up to 145,000 extra charging points each year. This is it, isn't it? This is mass adoption. I said I thought that next year would be mass adoption for the electric car. And I think this just about underlines that's going to be the case. It says that this will mean people can buy new properties all ready for an electric vehicle future while ensuring charge points are readily available at new shops and workplaces across the UK, making it as easy as refueling a petrol or diesel car today. Well, you can imagine, can't you, if all your new buildings, your new supermarkets and the like had charging points, then you'll just pop along there, do your shopping, time you come out, Bob's your uncle, your car's filled up. It's actually easier than going to a petrol pump, isn't it? Because if you've got to be there anyway. So really interesting and good to see that they're supporting it for a greener future. Why not? Apart from that, consumer spending continues to rise. So the big question with consumer spending is when we have a lot of it, that provokes inflation, and that inflation then provokes two things, often house price increases and inflation, but also it's possible that the Bank of England will look at interest rate rises. So we're expecting to see an announcement on that in December. We were hoping they might wait until February, but I've got a feeling we might see it in December now, the way things are looking. I know that the reports coming out of the Monetary Policy Committee meetings seem to suggest that it's highly likely that the next meeting, it was very marginally decided that they would hold rates as they are. And they still think it's a bit of a blip. I'm not so sure. I think this might be a little bit more permanent than they're suggesting, but time will tell. There's an article in the Express saying the surge in housing market has been reported. Pent-up demand and the stamp duty holiday have seen average house price in the region increase, in the UK rather, increased by 11.8% rather over the year to September 2021. The months ahead will be likely more difficult as buyers start to view the market with caution, he says. We've already seen the much publicised sub 1% mortgage deals begin to disappear. And a rise in interest rates is certainly on the cards. Well, that's what we've been saying, really. Article in the BBC News and The Guardian about the elderly could lose 3 times the property wealth to social care costs. Well, this has been a tragedy forever, hasn't it? I mean, for as long as I can remember, so many people, both in my family and others, have lost their property wealth by going into care because the funding of that care cost is massive. But last week, ministers decided not to count means-tested council funding of care towards a new 86,000 care cap, forcing people to pay more towards their care. The plan will, on average, leave homeowners who need long-term elderly care in the most deprived areas using at least 60% of their eligible property value compared to 20% of the wealthiest southern areas, analysis shows. Yeah, well, I mean, somebody's got to pay, haven't they? And the reality is we don't want to be taxed anymore, and the government could support more in that way, but they haven't done so far. And I know that it's a big Boris Johnson pledge to try and support in this way, but I don't see how we can do it because the costs are absolutely off the scale, and it's not going to be easy for them to fund that without major tax increases, and that's the issue they have there. Apart from that, second homeowners in Wales face soaring council tax bills. Wales are not happy about all the second homes there, so they're charging people more for the vacant houses. And I see this happening across more and more holiday type destinations here in the UK. And if you think about it, it's right and proper, isn't it? Seems about fair that if you've got a second home and it's sat there vacant, that you pay more council tax than a neighbouring home that's contributing to society in various ways by earning incomes and being taxed locally and buying things locally, investing locally, rather than you jollying along for your annual holidays and then back home again. Apart from that, today, off up to Brixton in a minute to meet surveyor on one of our properties. Hopefully that will go well. Then a couple of valuations after that and a review with the Right Move team to check what's going on there. You may have noticed I did actually publicize this earlier, but there you go. That's us this week, #1 for sales in the local area. Very proud of that. And still busy. You know, this time of year, it does seem to be quietening down. Cold, though. Here in southwest London, it's bright. There's no breeze. It's absolutely still. But definitely, it's turned colder, for sure. So make sure you wrap up warm if you're going out. You're going to need it here in southwest London. Apart from that, stay safe and well. Look after your family and friends. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, with another edition. Until then, ciao.